All right, finally got some valve stems here, seals, so we're going to install those in there and start putting this head back together. This is a 327 head, 1964 model. Should be the high performance version off the Corvettes. So we'll get to assembling this thing here. So I have these coil cast seals, have new valve stems. We'll bring those over, but first off we'll go ahead and get these installed. Have a valve stem tool here, not too difficult. Just set this in there, but just kind of my experiment. We'll pop these little springs off before we put those in. So you just have one of these valve seal remover tool here. Pull those up out of there. Different size for inserting. Okay, just going to carefully pop off this little spring here. Set it aside. Have some assembly lube. Assemble that in there. Just going to assemble some around here as well. Tool in there and just a good little pops to make it seat up. We'll put that little spring back on. Pulling off that little spring again. A bit of lube here. Right, seat it up. Put that little spring back on. We'll go through this 13 more times, trying to keep things clean. Hopefully you get the idea on all this. I'll bring you back in when I get them all inserted. Good looking. We'll just go look at all of them, see if there's any. They do give you a few extra here. All right, have all the valves, have all the valve stem seals in here. Now we'll start putting in the valve stems and getting all that set up. So let's get that ready and I'll bring you back in. So when I was pulling everything apart here, I went and numbered here. This is the one head, which means it's going to be on the one firing piston, and then I went and matched my rack up here when I pulled it apart here. So one for the one head, two for the two start on that side. So we're going to go ahead, since I've got the one head here, start reassembling this 327 head. Some extra parts around here. A couple wood blocks. Let's see if I want to lean this up. Just inserting them. You can use whatever lube you want to use. I just happen to have a couple different brands here. Just gently in there. All right, moving along here. This again, just lubing these up. All right, have all these valves installed here. Move it around a little bit here. Make some room and start putting the springs on. All right, we're going to start doing the valve spring assembly here. So a little bit of assembly oil lube here. And always wear gloves on this stuff if that's what you like. But these small pieces like this, I kind of like to be able to feel everything. Alright, let's get this valve spring tool, see if we can get it to work. Tilt it back, see if we can get right. They're tapered so the small wedge end goes down. Okay, so just screwing on a little bit more room on here. There we go. Slowly letting those get back in, lock into place. Just unwinding on the thing here. I haven't did this like this, so take me a couple times to get through the pattern here. All right, first one down here. So 15 more to go. Now, on these washers here, they have a little thing this side up, so hopefully you can still see that. Again, this is not a complete rebuild. This is just a rehab. Hopefully that gave me enough room to get these keepers in. Not, I'll crank on the Alright, looks like success. Starting to get a little bit of the rhythm going here. Bring this stuff back over. Again, the washer has little grooves on it here, so that's going to go on the bottom side. So having that rack set up is pretty nice on helping get things all laid out and assembled fast. Just applying some lube here. Get it on the inside of here. Spin it around a little bit, make sure everything's lubing up good. Blocks. So I have a little piece of little wood here I've got up against the valve on the bottom. It seems to be helping out. Just getting that angle and stuff correct. Have both heads with the valve and valve springs installed now, so I guess we'll go over to the block now. I'm gonna just clean up the threads and look it over real well here before we get things set to put these heads back on. I have the engine block in here now, so I'm just going to go in here and clean the threads up on this block here on the head part, and I'll go around and probably clean all the other ones up as well. Just cleaning these threads up so when we get ready to reassemble everything, it's been setting, and just make sure there's no debris so it won't be messing with our torque specs. Just cleaning them. These are a thread cleaning. It's so dirty there, it looks like. Water ports look like. Look like thread ports. Water ports look like thread ports. All right, see all that gunk that's coming out of there? Let's get these threads nice and clean so we can get good torque on them when we reassemble everything. Okay, I'll bring you back in when I'm done with this. All right, I have the threads all cleaned out here, so I'm just gonna try to vacuum some of this out. All right, now I'm going to take this outside, just going to take and spray it with some brake cleaner. Trying to get that clean there. Hopefully you can hear me that I got some rain going on out here. It's making things kind of noisy. Get ready to install the head. Take some brake cleaner. I'm just gonna wipe everything down real well here. Do an additional wipe here. Just open it in. Okay, looking pretty good here. Just dropping it in. These gaskets here said either side goes up, but the gaskets here had for either side up, so I'm opting with the solid rim at the back on here. So let me go gather up a couple more things. We'll set that head on there and we'll start installing the bolts, and we'll start torquing this thing down. Torque specs with the petroleum jelly that helps you get it in there. I don't know. Tell me what you like to use. For those of you that are curious, I did buy new bolts that are being installed on these heads here. Finger tight. So you have three different lengths here. The short ones go at the bottom, and then the longer ones are going in the middle of the head here, and then it has two medium size that go on both outside. All right. Tighten these down. We'll go in the sequence here. Kind of start from the center. You're making a circle on the way, circle pattern on the way out. Get the torque wrench set up, and we'll start on the sequence here. We're going to start at torquing it down to 20. Okay, hopefully you can hear me here, but I've had the torque wrench set up at 20 foot-pounds. We're just going to start with our pattern and rotate around, get them all Alright, now it says to increase it by 10, and we're going to try getting up to 65. Okay, going to go around and start torquing these at 25 foot-pounds. Just going to 25. Man, that rain is really coming down there, so hopefully all you can hear all this, but the torque wrench sure does make some good beeping noise to offset the rain. Alright, I'm just going to mark everything here so I can just keep track. Some, you know, 1, 2, just help me out. All right, so got everything on 25. Now we're gonna go ahead and increase it by 10. Well, increase it by 20. All right. Okay, have these torqued down to 65 foot-pounds on there. I'll do the other head. All right, I'm just going to turn this over. I'm not going to let you hang around to do the second head, same as the first one there. But let me know if you would have done something different on this, or how you would have done it, or different steps there. Always willing to learn here. So, anyways, thank you for chucking around, and we'll catch you next time. All right, it's all good.